there's a reason this fight almost got Jesse in tears. There's a reason it has me so pumped up. We're about 36 hours away. This fight is crazy. The best boxing fight boxing has seen in over 7 or 8 years. And this summer we're gonna get another one with Jake Paul and Nate Diaz. So both these, but like 2023 is the year of boxing so far.
What do you hear? What do you say? This is how to fuck up your parlay. I'm Timmy Shoes with Inside Fighting, and I've got the whole crew with me. Andrew Capucetti, Jesse Rowe, the whole Inside Fighting team is on deck because we've got some really big fights this weekend. It's finally happening. Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. All right, one of the most anticipated boxing matches in recent history. We've also got some UFC going on, UFC Vegas 71 tomorrow. Boys, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Happy 420. It's the 420 edition here.
That's right.
Happy 420 in honor of Bobby Green fighting this weekend. A big happy 420 to all of my friends and cohorts at Inside Fighting. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm happy to have the triad in full effect today. The three of us are on full display, so I'm happy to be here with you boys.
Absolutely. Light them if you got them, because we are here to help fuck up your parlays. All right, so we're going to get right into the UFC fights. Folks, stick around because I know you want to hear about that Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia fight. That's going to be at the end of the video. But first, let's hop into the UFC. On the undercard, we've got Kamaru Usman's brother, Mohammed Usman. He's taking on Junior Tafa. We interviewed Mohammed Usman. I believe that was you, Jesse, right? On 5 minutes for fighting. And this is even money, minus 110 a piece. Boys, how do you see this fight playing out?
Well, first of all, it's 2 a.m. in Brazil, and I know you're not trying to wake up your wife, Timmy, but I can barely fucking hear you, or I'm deaf. But this fight is super interesting. I don't give the best gambling advice, but I always bet with my heart. So I like to bet on friends and friends of the show, and guests we've interviewed before, and like you said, Jesse's interviewed Usman before. So shout out to Usman thank you for joining us on Inside Fighting. That interview you did with Jesse was fantastic. I apologize. I'm gonna have to pick against you because I do know a little bit about Tufa. He's a glory kickboxer, and he's like 5-0 in MMA. And I think 4-0, and I think his striking, that kickboxing, is going to be a little too much for Usman. Even though Usman is a beast, Dana even put out a video today. Dana's pumped for this fight. My pick is Tafa. What are the odds?
Even money, minus 110.
Fantastic opportunity to make, but 4-0. I think the guy's going to keep the streak going. What's Usman's record?
He's 8-2. He just he got a big knockout in his UFC debut, but also before that he got choked out in the PFL.
Give me Tafa.
All right, Jesse, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with my boy, Mohammed, because simply this is a pure sentimental pick. I don't have any good analysis, but I really enjoyed my conversation with the guy. I do really think that he's got some good striking. If you saw the knockout that he had when he won the Ultimate Fighter, was a left-handed jab a la Kamaru, a la Francis Ngannou. I mean, it was like when Ngannou knocked out Stipe with that left-handed jab. It's what it reminded me of. And I think that the guy's got thunder in his fists. I think all he's got to do is catch him once. I think he can win the fight. I believe in Mohammed Usman, so I'll be taking that even money pick on Mohammed. Let's go.
That's expert.
Very nice, very nice.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Now listen, boys. I don't know how to pick this, so I'm going to bust out the magic coin, okay? I'm going to say heads for Mohammed, tails for Tafa. Let's go. And the verdict is, it is heads. We're going with Mohammed Usman, all right? I think he's a little bit more well-rounded. Tafa's got 4 knockouts. He's a striker from glory. But Usman's got some submissions. He's got KOs. He's got decisions. I think that well-rounded approach is going to serve him. And the magic coin has spoken.
The magic coin is going with Usman.
The magic coin is going with Usman.
We're going to have to get a new
coin if he loses. So, what's the tiebreaker?
This is the only betting show where you're going to get people basing their picks off friendships and magic. You know what I mean? So let's go. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when it's that close, you have to figure out where the edge is, and we found an edge.
And real betting advice here is when it's even money, this is a good opportunity for bettors to really throw down a lot of money and get you, I like, am I saying his name right? Tafa or Tufa?
Tafa.
Kickboxing champ. I think you'll be able to take Usman's head off, but we'll see.
All right, moving right along. We have got Bobby Green. It is 420. We're all celebrating with Bobby Green. He is taking on Jared Gordon, coming off his loss against Paddy Pimblett. And Bobby Green is coming off of his loss against Drew Dober. Boys, what do you think of this fight?
This one, I'm going with Bobby Green for numerous reasons. What are the odds, brother? I'm sorry.
I should have said that. Bobby Green is a minus 260 favorite, and Jared Gordon is a plus 220 underdog.
Give me Bobby Green all day. Jared Gordon didn't look that, even though some people think he beat Paddy Pimblett, it wasn't a crazy impressive performance. Bobby Green is a veteran in the UFC. He has some of the best boxing in the UFC. And like I said earlier, I like fighters who are friends of the show. And a little birdie told me Jared Gordon left you on red this week when you reached out for an interview. Is that true, Timmy?
That is true. A couple times.
Wow.
And I've also reached out to Jared Gordon about a month ago, maybe two before the Pimblett fight, for an interview, left me on red. So that's, he's 0 for 2 with inside fighting, and that shouldn't bode well for him in this fight against Bobby Green. I do not like that type of reciprocation with the text message. At least write back, no thanks, or sorry, not today.
Oh, yeah.
Or busy media week. But to leave people, because I know you're a very polite gentleman to me. The way you reached out was probably super friendly and polite. Myself as well. So there's no excuses there, Jared Gordon. Get the bring home. And this is Bobby Green's retirement fight, supposedly.
Yeah.
The risky, it's always risky betting on Green because he's going for the UFC bonuses and he's always going to strike. And just like with the Dober fight where he got knocked out, he puts himself out there. He's a real banger. So if Jared Gordon can catch him, he can get the job done. But I'm going to Bobby Green. I think Bobby Green. I think he wants to leave the UFC on a high note.
Well,
figuratively speaking,
right.
Figuratively speaking, Timmy. Never mind. I want you to get louder for your wife could come storming in.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. I'll get a little closer.
I agree with you, Cap, about Bobby Green and being a friend of inside fighting. I do that is important. That goes a long way in this man's eyes when I look at a fighter. But I'll say this, I think it goes beyond that. Jared Gordon, I think you're getting really good odds on him, but he barely beat, even if the judge's decision was wrong, he barely beat Paddy Pimblett, didn't do anything spectacular in that fight. And Paddy is known to sort of keep his hands low. He's very hittable, and he didn't really clip Paddy in any sort of significant way in that fight that would have had a lasting impression in the judge's eyes. I don't think that's going to work against a guy like Bobby Green who throws hands. He is going to absolutely, he's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. And you guys probably saw this. He rolled up to media day with $60K in cash. I mean, he's literally putting his money where his mouth is. And this is a gambling show. So if the guy rolls up with $60K to the presser, then I'm rolling up with my $60 to whatever betting site I'm using, and I'm putting that money down on Bobby Green. I don't care if it's a minus 240. I think it's money well spent. I think Jared Gordon he could easily get knocked out in this fight, and I agree. I think Bobby Green wants to go out on a high note. So give me King Bobby Green.
Cool.
Listen, I think that bad karma from leaving us on red is going to follow Jared into the octagon. Here is a fun fact. He only has one finish in his entire UFC career. He has other finishes in other organizations, but he is a guy who gets decisions. I don't see him getting a decision win over Bobby Green. And if you just compare the guys they've fought, I mean, the most talented guy Gordon fought was Charles Oliveira, and Oliveira took his head off. You look at the guys who Bobby Green's fought, I mean, He's fought Ali Puente, Drew Dober, Islam Makhachev, Rafael Fiziev, Clay
Every
Guida, Doug Poirier. He's fought a who's who in the UFC.
And he was
And I
beating
think,
Drew Dober before he got knocked out, by the way. He was piecing
yep,
up.
I think Bobby Green's gonna end his career on a high note. I think he's gonna get that KO finish. I mean, Jared Gordon was getting cracked by Paddy Pimblett, who wings out his punches. Bobby Green's a sharp puncher. He's gonna get that KO.
Yep.
So we're all siding with Vegas here.
Yeah.
And Bobby Green. Vegas got the odds right.
Oh yeah, I think they got this.
Fantastic.
Now, in the co-main event, we have got Brad Tavares versus Bruno Silva. Okay, these guys are middleweights going at it. We got a Brazilian, we've got a Hawaiian. That's always a fun fight. What do you guys make of this?
I'll go first because I've been going first. But give me Brad. What Bruno? What are the odds here? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting. Brad Tavares, he's a minus 155 favorite, and Bruno Silva is plus 135. So it's very close in the odds.
Bruno Silva, what's his record? He's coming off a win, I think.
No, he's coming off back-to-back losses. Actually, he's 22-8. He just lost to Gerard Mearshart, who just got finished by Joe Pfeiffer, however you pronounce his name. And before that, he fought Alex Pereira. This is the guy, for people who don't know. Remember that really tough fight for Alex Pereira? He was fighting
the Apex.
Brazilian.
Yep.
At the Apex, and the Brazilian guy wouldn't go away. That's Bruno Silva. So he lost to Alex Pereira, and then he lost to Gerard Mearshart. He got finished in a guillotine choke.
Hey, jokes aside, here at Inside Fighting, we all have special talents, and Timmy's one of the most knowledgeable people in MMA media. So the guy got facts for days, and I love that. I did not know that Pereira struggled with Bruno Silva. That gives me more confidence in my pick. So if he gave Pereira trouble, I think, and Tavares is a veteran. I interviewed him back in my Team Z days, probably like 2015, 2016. He's been in the UFC a long time. Big, stocky Hawaiian. He's coming off a win, though, right?
He just lost to Dricus du Plessis.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Who is now, a top 5 contender.
Right.
And
yeah.
The guy that Izzy wants to call out.
Yeah, yep. Give me Bruno Silva. I think Tavares is getting how old is he now? Age got.
He's only 35, but he's been in the UFC for a minute. I'm looking for the date here. His UFC debut was all the way back in 2011, and he beat Phil Baroni. I mean, that's going back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So we got some UFC vets with Bobby Green and Tavares on this card. I don't know. I'm going to go with Silva. I think 35 in the fight game. You're getting depends. Everyone's different. Some people thrive. Like Cormier was a champ late into his 30s. Everyone Randy Couture, and so everyone's different. But who knows? Give me Silva strictly off the fact that he gave Pereira trouble.
All right, I like it, Jesse. What do you think?
Yeah, I was that actually has swayed my opinion here because I was leaning towards the Hawaiian heat of Tavares a little bit, and then you pointed out that fact about Bruno Silva. I completely forgot about that fight. And when the odds, it's close odds, right? Yeah, you were going to repeat them?
Close odds.
Yeah.
When the odds Tavares is a minus 155 for Tavares and plus 135 for Silva.
Yeah, and I think like when the odds are this close, you sort of start to consider the smaller things. And do I believe in the Hawaiian heat? Do I believe in that Brazilian jiu-jitsu? I think I like the idea of Silva being able to go all those rounds with Pereira and not getting knocked out. I do think he got tagged a few times in that fight, if I remember, but he tagged Pereira too. And
just to throw this out there, Bruno Silva is actually a kickboxer. He's not a jiu-jitsu.
That was my question. See,
okay.
Jesse Rowe here.
Sorry,
because he's Brazilian, assuming he knows jiu-jitsu. You know right. I was going to ask you that though, Timmy.
I stereotyped him. Stereotyped him, and I apologize.
Yeah, just to put it in perspective: 22 wins, 19 knockouts, 0 submissions. So,
well then, That makes sense why he would go the full rounds with Pereira then. That being said, I like the odds on Silva, that you're getting a little bit extra on your bet. And I also am going to take Bruno Silva. I think that I just think that the odds are better. And I think that if it's a stand and bang affair, Silva has proven that he can stand and bang with the best of them in the kickboxing game. That bodes well for me. So I'll take Silva.
And I like it. And boys, I tend to agree. I'm going with Silva too, because Tavares is not really much of a submission artist. He's only got 2 submissions in his career. So, yeah, I'm going with Bruno Silva. I think he's going to get a big knockout.
Wow, we're unanimous again.
2 in a row.
Keep the train rolling.
And Silva. No disrespect to Brad Tavares. Like I said, he's a cool guy. I've interviewed him before. He's a real chill Hawaiian dude. But, I think we're going with Bruno. How old is Bruno?
Bruno's 33.
Okay, they're close in age. These are some good fights. I'm excited for this weekend.
I've never met a Hawaiian guy who wasn't cool as fuck. I feel like everyone out there is just so chill.
Hey, that's true. I don't think I've met a Hawaiian guy I don't like either. I'm trying to think right now.
Yeah, no, all right. So
Punahele Soriano was cool.
Yeah.
All right. Now we've got the main event. This one is very interesting. 2 top contender heavyweights. We've got Curtis Blaydes. If he wins, he is definitely next in line for a title shot. The -175 favorite versus Sergei Pavlovich, this destroyer who's just been running people over. He's a +150. These are crazy heavyweights.
+150? Wow.
+150. Boys, Cap, what do you make of this fight?
I'm going to be quick and to the point here. This is the fight I'm most excited about. I'm actually going to Vegas tomorrow. I'm going to be in Vegas for the Ryan Garcia tank fight. I'll be ringside. Catch me ringside in the $100,000 seats. I'll have a celebrity to my left, celebrity to my right. You know how I roll.
Let's go.
I'm not going to sit in media seats. They put media different section of the arena. This is Capucetti. I will be front row, first row, sitting next to
yeah. The media gets to the back of the line. Andrew Capucetti is there in the $100,000 seats.
One lucky celebrity will be lucky enough to sit next to me. That being said, I will be running to the sports book, and I'm gonna throw everything I'm worth on Sergei Pavlovich. I think he's too beastie. Curtis Blaydes, I'm still disappointed when he faced the Black Beast. He went for that double leg, and the Black Beast just hit him with that uppercut. And I think it's going to be more of the same from Sergey. He has heavy hands just like Derek Lewis, and Blaydes is proven to not be able to handle heavy hands. Didn't he lose to Ngannou too?
Yeah, he's only got 3 losses, 2 to Ngannou and 1 to Blaydes. So every time he went up against a big puncher, bad things happen.
Wrestling or not, I'm a former wrestler. I love wrestlers, but he's proven he can't handle big punchers. Give me Sergey.
2 to Ngannou and 1 to who?
Derek Lewis.
Okay, you said Blaydes. Okay, so 1 to Derek Lewis and 2 to got it.
Jesse, how about it? Let's hear it.
This is tough.
Those odds are crazy. He's an underdog at +150. This is crazy. You can make a lot of money. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm leaning Cap's way. I haven't seen. I've watched the past 2 fights of Pavlovich, and what he did to Tai Tuivasa was just extreme violence. He just absolutely dismantled Tai Tuivasa in the first round. I mean, that fight was over within 15 seconds. It was crazy. It was at the card in Orlando, I think, with Holland and Wonderboy.
Yep.
Good memory there, Jesse.
What?
Good memory.
Yeah, and that was a beatdown. I haven't seen Pavlovich face a guy with the wrestling of Blaydes. I'm not sure it's going to matter because Pavlovich is such a monster. He's the guy that I want to see fight John Jones. I would rather see that fight than the Stipe fight. I'm way more interested in that fight than the Stipe fight. And I would like to hope that the UFC is interested in that as well. That being said, if I think that fight actually has a chance of happening, I have to pick Sergei Pavlovich to win this fight. So I will, and I agree with you, Cap. +150 seems crazy to me. I feel like he should be the favorite, but I'll take those odds all day long. I don't know if this fight's going to be a knockout like Tuivasa. I think Blaydes is a little bit more refined than Tuivasa is. But I still think Pavlovich finds a way to get it done. And I think a knockout is likely.
Hopefully, because I'm going to put more money on it, but go on.
I agree 100%. The fight that I really wanted to see for John Jones is against Curtis Blaydes because I think he's the guy who presents the most problem for John in the division. I think John's going to run over Stipe, and I think John would beat Pavlovich. But, Blaydes is a guy with elite wrestling, so that would be very interesting to see.
Well, I'm saying I want to see Pavlovich versus John Jones.
Oh, you want to see Pavlovich?
Yeah, that's the one I do want to see. Yeah, so maybe we do disagree a little bit.
I think you want to see Blaydes versus John Jones?
I do, because who else has the wrestling to deal with Jones? John Jones has seen everything. He's seen guys who try to throw hands like Pavlovich. That's not going to scare him. But Curtis Blaydes, a huge wrestler with elite skills, I think that's a tougher fight for. I think that's probably the toughest fight for Jones at heavyweight.
Interesting.
That being said, I do think Blaydes struggles with the power punchers. Pavlovich, he came from a Russian organization. He fought a lot of Sambo guys, and he was knocking all of those guys out. Guys, he is 17-1 with 14 knockouts. He's got 5 knockouts in a row. I mean, he knocked out Marcelo Gome, who I think is in the PFL right now. He's a wrestler, not on the same level as Blaydes. But I like Pavlovich. I just see him overwhelming Blaydes. Like, Blaydes is going to want to get his wrestling going and not be able to get it going because he's just going to get swarmed. So, once again, 3 for 3. Let's go.
Yep. All right, Sergey.
I still don't understand the Pavlovich odds. I wonder if Vegas knows something we don't know. Do the odds?
Because it's a wrestler, I'm guessing. Something to do with
him. Yeah, it's a wrestler. I mean, Curtis Blaydes is incredibly talented. He's only lost to big punchers.
Right.
I think that probably has to do with it.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So we have finally arrived at one of the biggest boxing fights in recent history. Gervonta "Tank" Davis is taking on Ryan Garcia. Finally, it feels a little surreal that this fight is finally happening. So, guys, who do you like in this fight? By the way, the odds is important. Okay, Tank is a minus 245 favorite, and Ryan is a plus 190 underdog. So obviously, Tank is a pretty heavy favorite here. What do you guys make of this fight?
I'll go first on this one. This is a hard one because the theme of this episode has been friends of inside fighting and people that are cool with this company, and there's nobody cooler with this company than Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is I've had that, I know that Cap has a good relationship, a very close personal friendship with Ryan. And I've been lucky enough to have met Ryan. I got a little interview with him in Beverly Hills, and the guy was super cool. I think that Ryan Garcia has been the one that has pushed for this fight more than anybody, way more than Tank Davis has pushed for this fight. I think that Ryan Garcia has been better on the microphone. I think that he's been better at selling this fight than Gervonta Davis has. I think the reason why this fight is so important is because of how talented and how great Ryan Garcia is for the sport of boxing. That being said, I'm picking Gervonta Davis to win the fight, and I don't want to make the pick, but I'm just concerned that Ryan, I think that Tank might be able to sustain a couple of the left hooks if Ryan clips him. I'm concerned about Gervonta's, how much Ryan's chin can hold up with Gervonta's power, because Gervonta is like a mini Mike Tyson, as people have called him before, and he's an animal. I hope I'm wrong. This is a pick where I just hope I'm wrong, but I'm taking Gervonta, even though I don't love the odds. So I don't even know if I would bet this fight outright. I'd probably put it on a parlay, to be honest. But yeah, I think Gervonta is going to win, and I hate saying it.
Wow, I love that breakdown there. Jesse talked about almost in tears about his friendship and love for only at the very end to go stab him in the back and pick Tank because you're betting with your mind, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong.
Fantastic. Listen, I love it. Well, listen, I'm going to bet with my mind and my heart. Give me Ryan Garcia all day. Well, plus 270, you said?
He's a plus 190.
Plus 190. See, the odds are going lower. Vegas knows Ryan has that wicked, knockout punch. I think the height advantage is going to come into play. Tank is an incredible boxer. He's a mini Mike Tyson. He considers himself better than Mike Tyson. He thinks he has more skills. I might agree. Tyson is a fantastic boxer. Tank is a phenomenal boxer. There's a reason this fight almost got Jesse in tears. There's a reason it has me so pumped up. We're about 36 hours away. This fight is crazy. The best boxing fight boxing has seen in over 7 or 8 years. And this summer, we're going to get another one with Jake Paul and Nate Diaz. So both these, 2023 is a year of boxing so far. The fight is here. They just got to both make weight tomorrow morning. And I'm going Ryan Garcia. I think the height advantage is going to come into play, and I think he's going to clip Tank on the side of the head, and Tank goes down. Because whether it's a street fight or an MMA fight, I know I rather face a shorter guy. The shorter guys are easier to punch because you just got, you're punching down. So not down, side. Listen, bad analysis here. But give me Ryan Garcia.
Love it.
I like it. And just to reiterate what we're saying, guys, this is the kind of fight boxing needed to save boxing. This is the kind of fight every boxing fan wants to see. You got two undefeated, incredibly talented knockout artists. Davis is 28-0 with 26 KOs. Ryan Garcia is 23-0 with 19 KOs. God damn, this is a beautiful fight. These are the fights that boxing needs. We need more of these more often. Make it happen. The people in boxing, too much politics. These are the fights that we want to see. That being said, I really like Ryan Garcia with these odds plus 190. I take that all day. And now,
wow,
I just want
really. So I'm alone. I'm picking Tank.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
This is the thing. Tank is a guy who only needs one, but he does get hit, and I don't think he's fought a guy who's as quick as Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan Garcia's got probably the fastest hands in that weight class. So,
and they both train their ass off. If you look at their training videos on Instagram, the way I know Ryan, he's training his ass off. He's in phenomenal shape. They're both in crazy shape.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I want to hop right into Timmy's super parlay of the week. It's a 4-leg parlay. I'm going with mostly underdogs here, but these are high value underdogs. Okay. And we're going money line picks. I've got Sergei Pavlovich. I think he knocks out Curtis Blaydes. I'm going Bruno Silva. I think he knocks out Brad Tavares. Bobby Green is going to get the knockout over Jared Gordon. And Ryan Garcia, I actually can see a scenario where Ryan actually gets the decision. Now, that's a 4-leg parlay. The only favorite is Bobby Green. Now, that gives you plus 2,259. You put down $10, you win $225. Boys, what do you make of this parlay?
I love it. I like Ryan by knockout. But other than, because you picked Ryan by decision, but Ryan by knockout, I love your parlay.
My only issue there is I feel like the parlay buster might be Ryan by decision, because I do think if Ryan wins, he probably wins by knockout. That's my guess, because I'm just worried that Tank would be beating him in the end, where he would sway a judge's decision, where Tank would start levying the power at the end, where if it goes to decision, I think he gets it. I think Garcia has a better chance of winning by knockout. They both do, but you get what I'm saying.
I did in this version of the parlay, I did the money lines, but you can go in and put in the winning methods, and I bet the odds are even way crazier.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like it. Why not? Throw $10 down, make 250 or whatever it is. Let's go. Throw 100 down, make 2,500.
UFC plus another big weekend of fighting.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And we got Chris Avila from Nick Diaz Academy fighting on Friday. So those fights we discussed are Saturday. He's fighting on Friday versus Paul Bamba, and they got into it at the presser today, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
a lot of friends of Inside fighting this weekend.
Yeah, so shout out Chris and Chris. If there was a betting line, Vegas for a fight like this, I don't think Vegas is going to make a line because they know Chris is going to dominate him. It would be minus 50,000 on Chris.
Chris is a real fighter. I mean, that's what I'll say about it.
It's the biggest lock of the weekend. He's fighting Paul Baumla, who's more of a, I think, is a social media influencer. But yeah, shout out, Chris. And if our viewers, if you're still with us through this 20-minute episode, just fun fact that, like I said earlier in the episode, Timmy's live from Brazil, Jesse's live from Los Angeles, and I'm live from a little outside Los Angeles. I'm actually probably closer to Los Angeles, but I don't want to give away my location here.
We got to keep those on the low. All right.
I will give you Jesse's home address. If you guys need a DM me, you can find me on Instagram. I'll give you his information. He has cats, dogs, Yeah,
when Jesse's fight picks mess you up, now you know where to find him.
Because this is a gambling show, we can't be giving that location. Jesse, we'll just say Timmy's in Brazil.
No, it's like if they want to come after me for how emotional I got talking about Ryan Garcia losing to Tank Davis, feel free. Come on by.
Wrap it up. This is where Jesse's bad jokes start coming in.
Yep, that's right. Now,
emotions run high.
I'm good for 30 minutes.
All right. That's probably the signal. Thank you for watching. This was How to Fuck Up Your Parlay. I'm Timmy Shoes, joined by Andrew Capucetti, Jesse Rowe. You know where to find us, InsideFighting.com. We're on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe, like, do the things. Thanks for watching. Peace.
You know what the fuck going on?